Anthropic just dropped something today that none of us are ready for. Claude can now control your entire computer, and I'm talking about mouse clicks, keyboard, open apps, dragging files, filling out forms, all of it. And the part that really got me? You can tell it what to do from your phone from anywhere. So while you're not even at your desk, I've been testing this thing all day. I'm so hyped. And I broke it a few times, I'm not gonna lie, but I figured out that this is not just a cool demo. This is the beginning of what an actual AI employee looks like. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to set this up. I'm going to walk you through the best use cases that I've found so far, and this is the part that nobody else is covering. I'm going to show you how to actually use this to make some money. So, whether that is automating clients' work, running a side hustle, or just getting back 3 hours out of your day, let's get into it. If you watched my last video on Perplexity Computer, you know I've been deep in the world of AI agents that can actually see and use your screen. But Claude is a little bit different from Perplexity. And honestly, in some ways it's better. So let me break this down what is actually happening here, because a lot of people are confused about this. Claude Cowork, that is the desktop app most people use, and Claude Code, which is the terminal version for developers. Both just got what Anthropic is calling computer use. It is in research preview right now, which means it's early, but it already works. So what it does is simple to explain, but wild to see in action. So Claude can take screenshots of your screen, see what is on it, move your mouse to specific spots, click buttons, type text, scroll around, and basically do anything you can do with the mouse on your keyboard. Just you don't have to be there. And the key difference from something like Perplexity Computer, Claude asks for your permission before it touches anything. You get these little approval prompts. Hey, I want to click this button. Is that cool? Which honestly makes me feel a lot better about letting an AI loose on my machine. And then there's Dispatch. You can pull out your phone, open Claude on your phone from anywhere, and tell it to go do something on your desktop computer. Like you're texting an assistant and they are sitting at your desk doing work. Let me show you how to actually turn this on because it's not enabled by default. So step 1, open Claude on your desktop. Make sure you have the latest version. If you have not updated recently, check for updates, get the newest version. Step 2, go into your settings. You are looking for a section that mentions computer use, or it might be under features. Step 3, and this is the part where people get stuck on. Your Mac is going to ask you for permissions, screen recording permissions, so Claude can actually see your screen. And accessibility permission, so it can control your mouse and keyboard. You got to grant both of those. I know some people are going to be nervous about that, and I get it, but here's the deal. Claude only does what you tell it to, and it asks for approval before every action, so you're always in control. And if you're not comfortable with that, no judgment. But if you are, the things you can do with this are honestly insane. So once you got those permissions set, just start a new conversation with Claude and tell it to do something on your computer. Now, a quick heads up. There's some limitations right now. Claude cannot really use web browser that well through computer use. It has separate browser tools for that. And it works best with native desktop apps, things like Finder, Notes, Calendar, Terminal, your email client. The more standard the interface, the better it performs. Okay, so here's where everybody else's videos stop. They show you how to turn it on. They do a little demo, and then they say, this is crazy. Oh my God, try it out. And then they just end the video. I'm not doing that. I sat down and figured out the use cases that can save you real time or make you some real money. And I came up with 5 that I think are worth your attention right now. Okay, so use case 1, automated file organization. This one is simple, but it is the one that saved me the most time. I told Claude, go through my downloads folder, find all the PDFs from the last 30 days, and organize them into folders by type, invoices, contracts, receipts, and everything else. And it did it. It opened my Finder, looked through my files, created the folders, and started moving things around. It read the file names and some of the content to figure out what category each one belonged to. I've been wanting to do this for months on my laptop, and it just did it for me very fast. Now think about that from a business perspective. If you're a freelancer or you run an agency, you probably have hundreds of files scattered everywhere. Client deliverables, invoices, proposals, contracts. What if every week Claude just organized everything for you while you're grabbing lunch? That is not a fantasy. That is something you can set up right now. Use case 2, content scheduling and social media prep. All right, this one is for my content creators out there. I tested having Claude open up my calendar app and block out content creation time for the week. But here's where it gets interesting. I also had it open notes, pull up my content ideas, and cross-reference what I had planned versus what actually was scheduled. It found gaps. It said, hey, you have got 3 video ideas and AI automations, but none of them are on your calendar this week. Then it offered to add them. So now imagine pairing this with a project management tool like Notion or Obsidian. You tell Claude from your phone on Monday morning, look at my content calendar for the week and make sure everything is prepped. It opens your apps, checks your schedule, flags what is missing, and gets it sorted. For anyone running a YouTube channel or a podcast or a content business, this is like having a part-time assistant that works for the cost of a Claude subscription. Big time. That's a big play. Okay, so use case 3, client deliverable assembly. This is the money one. Pay attention. If you sell any kind of service, web design, copywriting, consulting, AI automation, you know the pain of assembling deliverables. You've got to grab files from different folders, rename them, maybe compile a report, put together a summary email. I tested this by telling Claude, open the project folder for client X, take the final report PDF, the analytics screenshot, and the invoices, and create a new folder called March Deliverables. And create a new folder called April Deliverables. So I tested this by telling Claude, open the project folder for client X, take the final I tested this by telling Claude, open the project folder for client X, take the final report PDF, the analytics screenshot, the invoices, and create a new folder called March Deliverables with everything organized and ready to send. They did all of that. It opened the Finder, navigated to the right folders, copied the files, it renamed things cleanly, and organized the delivery folder. Here's the play. If you're running an AI automation agency, and if you don't really know what that is, we talk about that all the time in my school community. Link is in the description. This kind of automation is exactly what clients will pay you for. You set this up one time and it runs over and over. You're not selling a one-time project anymore. You're selling a system that saves your clients hours every week. This recurring revenue, that is retainer money. Use case number 4, scheduled tasks that run while you sleep. This one is the one that I'm most excited about long-term. Claude now has scheduled tasks or cron jobs. You can tell it every Monday at 9 a.m., do this thing, and it will just go do it without you even being there. So think about that. You set up a task on Sunday night, Monday morning, open my project. Think about that. You set up a task on Sunday night, like Monday morning, open my project management app, check what is due this week, and put together a summary and notes. You wake up Monday, grab your coffee, and the summary is already there waiting for you. Or here's another one. Every Friday at 5 p.m., organize my downloads folder and clean up my desktop. Done every week, automatically. This is where Claude stops being a chatbot and starts being an employee that doesn't call in sick, does not forget, and costs you $20 a month if you have the low tier plan. Now it is early days, okay? The scheduling feature is new and it's not perfect yet, but the fact that this exists at all tells you where things are going. And people who figure out how to use this stuff now are going to have a massive head start. So use case 5. Phone to desktop workflow with Dispatch. This is the last one. And it is the one that blew my mind the most. Dispatch lets you send instructions from your phone to your desktop Claude. So you are out getting groceries and you remember you need to send a file to a client. You pull out your phone, open Claude, and say, hey, go to my desktop, find the proposal in the documents folder, and move it to the client deliverables folder. By the time you get home, it's done. Or you're on the train and you want Claude to start prepping for a presentation. You tell it what you need, and when you sit down at your desk, the file is already there. This is not a tech demo. That is a workflow. And it changes how you think about what is possible when you're away from your computer. Let's talk about business. There are 3 angles I see right now for making money with Claude computer use. Angle 1, you sell it as a service. Because most small business owners do not know this exists. They're still doing everything manually, but you learn how to set this up, this Claude computer use workflow, and you offer that as a service. Services like, I will automate your weekly reporting. I'll set up a system that organizes your files automatically. I'll build you a Monday morning briefing that is ready before you wake up. You can charge people $500 to $2,000 to set this up. And if you package it as a monthly retainer where you maintain and update the automations, now you got recurring income. Angle 2, which is the smart angle, you stack this with other AI tools. Claude computer use is powerful, but it's even more powerful when you combine it with other tools. Pair it with N8N or Zapier for workflow automation, use Perplexity for deep research, you use 11 Labs for voice content, chatbots. The stack is where the real magic happens, I'm telling you right now. And if you want to see how all of these tools compare and figure out which ones are worth your time, I built something exactly for that. It's called AIToolIndex.io. I'll put the link in the description for you. It's a free directory where you can compare AI tools side by side. You can check their benchmarks. You can even use calculators to figure out what your AI stack is going to cost you every month. There's no fluff, there's no affiliate garbage, just honest comparisons so you can make smart decisions about tools to use. If you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see the newsletter sign up, which is free. That's just going to be weekly updates on the AI trending topics and AI trending news on tools specifically. So angle 3, use it to 10x your own product. So angle 3, which is also important for me, use it to 10x your own productivity. Think about how much time you waste on repetitive computer tasks every day, every week. You're moving files, you're scheduling things, you're organizing your workspace, prepping deliverables. If Claude can handle even half of that, you just freed up hours. And those hours, that is time that you can spend on actually growing your business, creating content, finding clients, or just enjoying your family and living your life. Now I want to zoom out for a second because I think a lot of people are missing the bigger picture. We are watching something happen in real time. 6 months ago, AI was a chatbot you typed questions into. Now it can see your screen, click your mouse, and run tasks on a schedule while you're sleeping. That progression is not slowing down. It is speeding up. Perplexity launched their computer agent. Claude just launched theirs. OpenAI is working on one too, by the way. Google has something cooking. Every major lab is racing to build agents that can actually do things on your computer, not just talk about doing things. The window to get ahead is this right now, not next year, not when it's more polished, right now. Because the people who learn this stuff early are the ones who get to charge the premium rates when everyone else is scrambling to catch up. Now, I got to keep it real. Claude computer use, it's not perfect. It's still in research preview, and that means you're going to run into some rough edges. The browser stuff is clunky. It works way better in the native desktop apps than trying to navigate Chrome or Safari. If you need browser automation, Claude has separate tools for that. The Claude Chrome extension works way better than trying to get computer use to click around in a browser for now. And Claude Chrome extension is still pretty slow. It's very effective, but remember, you don't need to be in front of your computer. That's the whole purpose. It runs and it does stuff for you, even if it's slow. So it takes screenshots, it processes them, it figures out where to click. There's a bit of a delay because of that. It's not like watching a human zip through tasks at full speed. It is more like watching someone who is being very careful and methodical, which is fine for background tasks, but do not expect instant execution at all. And the approval prompts, some people find them annoying. Personally, I like them because I want to know what Claude is doing before it does it. But if you're trying to set up a fully autonomous workflow, You need to figure out which actions you're comfortable auto-approving. For research preview, this is seriously impressive, and it's only going to get better. So here's what I want you to do right now. First, go update Claude and turn on the computer use. Just play with it. Tell it to organize a file, open an app, do something simple. Get a feel for how it works for now. Second, if you want to compare Claude to every other AI tool out there and figure out the best stack for your situation, go to AIToolindex.io. I built it for exactly this. Free, no catch, just the best tool comparisons on the internet. If you want to go deeper and actually start building a business around AI, join us in the AI Freedom Lab on School. I'll put the link in the description below. And we're in there every day talking about this stuff, and the community is full of people who are actually doing it. And if you got value from this video, hit that subscribe button. I'm dropping videos every week on the newest AI tools and how to turn them into income. That's my whole thing. Make money with this AI. I know it's a little daunting, but how can we turn this into a tool to generate income and freedom? I'm dropping videos every week on the newest AI tools and how to turn them into income. That's what I do. Oh, actually, one more thing. If you watch my Perplexity Computer video, drop a comment and tell me which one of these you think is better, Claude or Perplexity. I'm genuinely curious what you all think because this race is just getting started, and I'm excited. All right, for real this time, I'm out. I'll see you in the next one.